And dry stretch of weather this year, and that is all about to change. This year promises to have its own set of challenges, and despite a degree of uncertainty, we know this year will be much different than last year.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. Last winter's warmth, in large part due to the super El Nino, very warm water in the Pacific Ocean, which has cooled significantly in recent weeks, and it's now in the La Nina phase, with cooler than average water, which can change weather patterns worldwide, impacting us right here in New Hampshire. If we look at the 5 snowiest winters in Concord, 4 of them occurred during La Nina winters, an indication that this pattern can be favorable for more snow than usual.
Well, as we know, there is no one single factor responsible for the winter weather. Instead, it's a collection of many ingredients that come together to produce the temperatures and precipitation you'll see. Another key factor in determining the severity of the upcoming winter is the amount of snow cover in Siberia, one of the coldest places on Earth and considered the refrigerator of the northern hemisphere. Early season snow is currently covering the ground across most of Russia. As the air travels above the cold ground, it cools the air significantly. That cold air then expands across the northern hemisphere, and once the cold air arrives, this can have a major impact on our weather pattern right here at home. And how can we forget the polar vortex, an area of low pressure in the upper atmosphere which sits over the poles. The winds of the vortex are strongest in the winter, locking the cold air up into Canada. But when these winds weaken, pieces of Arctic cold can surge south for prolonged periods of frigid winter weather. This heavy cold air can cause the jet stream to buckle, creating a more active storm track favorable for nor'easters and coastal storms to strike New England.
Now, the already warm Gulf Stream water to our south is even warmer than normal right now, which can add additional fuel for these storms to grow and intensify rapidly. In some storms, the warmth of the ocean can combine with cold Arctic air draining in from the north, creating what we call a coastal front, where snow can quickly pile up, giving southern New Hampshire their best chance of heavy snow. Now, putting all of this together, Joe, we believe this winter will be pretty active across the Northeast.
Yes, it looks like it. Frequent snow this year, varying intensity and amounts, and you can even mix in an occasional rain or ice storm. This will go a long way to erasing our historic drought heading into next year. So here it is, Ryan, the NH1 First Alert Winter Weather Outlook for 2016 and 17. This winter will get off to a slow start, but will lock in with January and February being the 2 coldest months. While leftover warmth from the recent El Nino will help to keep part of the nation mild, across the Great Lakes and New England, the cold will dominate, with the worst of the cold and the snow staying just towards our west. Now, a typical winter in New Hampshire produces up to 60 inches of snow in Concord and up to 100 inches of snow in the mountains and about 45 inches of snow along the seacoast.
Well, Joe, it looks like in this La Nina winter, we might get a little more. We're projecting up to about 50 inches along the seacoast, building up to 75 inches inland and over 100 inches across the North Country.
Oh, that's good for all the skiers. Now, please check out NH1.com for more on our winter weather outlook and daily updates on the changing weather this winter.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. And yeah, that's a scene we're going to see.